Okay, welcome back. In our previous session, we added just one camera. So if we come back to the scene here, right now, as you can see, we are in this pilot active mode. And if you make any changes in the view, the camera angle is going to get affected. That will be the view of the camera. So to avoid this, you have one eject button here. If I click on this eject button, now you are out from this camera view. You can see the camera is here. And now I will right click and I will rotate and I will choose the next camera. I'm going to place the next camera now. I'm going to place the next camera exactly on his face. That is, I will select this cine camera and I am going to drag it and I will place it somewhere here. And as soon as I place it, you can see the angle here. The view is, you can see this view here. Now I will come here and you can press F2 on your keyboard to rename it. So this is the keyboard shortcut. Press F2 and then I am going to call this as Bryce Cam 2 now. I will call it Bryce Cam 2. And then now this camera, what I am going to do is I will select the rotation tool now, and along the Z axis I am going to rotate it by 90 degree. And after rotating it by 90 degree, I will take the move tool. I will move and adjust so that I can see the character face. So I will just move it. It's very close to the character. So now I will just roll the mouse, zoom out, right click and turn around, again zoom out, and I will move towards the character here. So you can see it is almost touching the character. So I will just move it back a little so that his face is visible. I will then move it little to the top, and if required I will move it a little more to the back like this, and I will also move it down. Okay, so now this is I will just zoom in to adjust the position. So now I will just move it and adjust this position. So I will move it along the X. So if it is snapping, I will just disable this snapping and move it so that I can precisely move it. And you are seeing his view from the left hand side. I have set the camera position, and now what I will do is I am going to now here, if I come back to the sequence here, I had placed the camera until around frame number 90. I will come to 90 for about 3 seconds. This will be the view of the camera. Okay, and then once I come to frame 90, to see this, you have Bryce Cam 1. If I click on this icon now, you can see this view. This is the view you are going to see. Now here at frame 90, I want this new camera to be added. So for this, I will come here and I will select the Bryce camera 2. It is lost sometime somewhere. I will again type here Bryce, and you can now see here, if I drag this and see, you have this Bryce camera 2 here. It is available here. So now actually I will just drag this Bryce camera 2 into my sequencer. I have added it to the sequencer, and now once I add it to the sequencer, now you can see it is in the Bryce camera 2 view, and there is a problem in the view. So you can see actually it has slightly changed. Okay, so you can see here, I can just zoom it out, I can just move it like this, and I will set the face exactly to his face, so that what I will do is, this pillar is coming in the way. I will come to frame 100 so that he has moved away from the pillar. So I will choose this position. I will set the position of the camera and I will zoom in. So this is the position of the camera at frame 100. And at frame 100, see, you can see his face is totally blurred. Okay, so for this, what you can do is you can come here and in Bryce Cam 2, in camera component, you have one setting called as manual focus distance. And I will just drag it to left so that his face is now focused. So I will just drag it so you can see. I will just move it and now you can see his face is clear. Now what I want is, now from frame 100, as he is going to move, see what happens is, now I have to follow this character. This character moves away very fast. Here, to make this follow the character, what now I can do is, I will come back to Bryce Camera 2, or I will select Bryce Camera 2 in this view, and selecting this Bryce Camera 2, now I will open the details panel, and if I come in the details panel here, you have one location tracking setting. So lookup tracking setting, you have this. Open this lookup tracking setting, and inside this you have one actor to track. In this you have one facility here, actor to track. So now select this eyedropper and click on this actor. So now the Bryce actor is selected as actor to track. Now after I choose it, I have to enable this option, enable look at track. And once I enable this, automatically you can see now the view has gone to the shoes, because the character that we are using, Bryce, starts from this shoe. This is the origin point of this character, Bryce. So the actual now camera turns and starts seeing his shoes. Now if I want him to see to the top, you have one option here, rotation offset. And here in Z, if you just turn it like this, he is going to move up and move up to his face like this. Okay, set the rotation. I am going to set it to something like 154 here based on this distance. Now, once this is enabled, and now if I play the animation, see he is running. So now from 100, you are going to get this close up. Okay, so now from the close up, he is going to run like this. So now you can see him getting tracked. But as he is tracking, he is getting blurred. Actually, you can set the focus here manually. Say, for example, I will come to frame 90 here. And at 90, I am going to set his manual focus. I will add a keyframe here, and I will just drag it a little and I will set the focus. Then I will move it, and as he is moving and starts to run, I will come to some frame here, for example, around 150. Now here, I have added a keyframe at frame 90 now. And as I move, I want this camera to record this view till about 150. I want this to record till 150. I am going to come to 150. And at 150, now since he has moved away, I am going to focus it and slightly move it like this. And you can see the focus has been set. I will slightly move it to the right, and he has been focused. So I want this shot to move from approximately 90 to 160. I want this animation. However, how to switch the camera? So for this, if you come in the view here, you have one option here, camera cuts. So enable this camera cuts. And when you enable this camera cuts, and if you come to the first frame here, you can now see this is showing in camera 1. Okay, I am going to play it, and you can see you are seeing it in camera 1. And I want the camera 1 view to come till around frame 90. I will come to 90. I will set the frame to 90. And at 90, I want this to change to camera 2. Then what I have to do is here, in camera cut, I have enabled this create key, auto, I have enabled it. And now if I come to camera here, and if I select Bryce Camera 2, now this view is going to come. So now what happens is, now if I again play it, so he's going to run. So now we have two camera shots. If I rewind it, I will rewind it fully. So from 0 to 90, we have this shot, and then he is running. So this is the way we are going to cut between the shots. So we have one shot of him moving like this, and then he starts running. Okay, so we have created two cuts now. So in this session, we understood how you can add a second camera, how you can set the camera to look at a particular object, how to animate the focus, and how to switch the camera between camera 1 and camera 2. So these things we have discussed in this class, and in our next session, we are going to add a few more cameras to get the same shot from different views. So let us continue it in our next session. Thank you.